Good morning, guys. Good afternoon and good evening, wherever you are, wherever you're watching us from. The Mwakazis family here. Pauline from the Mwakazis family.
Mwakazi from Mwakazi's Fitness.
Yes. Generally, we're the Mwakazis family. So we get the name from him. And we're so humble to have you here, guys. And today we're going to talk about our part 2 of my endometriosis story. Guys, part 1 was so touching. So many people wanted to know what happened to me. So many people wanted to know the medication I underwent. So many people wanted to know after the process what happened. So are you okay? And thank you so much for those who have reached out to me, those who have advised me on what to eat, what to drink, what to stop eating, and the opinion you've also given me. I'm going through each and every point you guys gave me, all the advices you have given me. I'm still taking note on them. So guys, today I'm having my husband here, the person who took the whole thing, the whole step. We went step by step with him from day 1 to the last day of my treatment. And still we are undergoing the treatment, not that we have stopped, right?
Yeah, we're still under the same procedure.
Yes. So guys, he's here to tell us the experience that he underwent, what he felt, how you have seen things being like, and I'm also here to still tell you what happened after my surgery. So, you ready? You want to talk? You want to say something?
Yes. Actually, it's a journey, and the good thing is, much as this is our personal journey, but it encourages someone out there, and in one way or the other, someone somewhere came up, got like a solution, and they shared. Like, we are grateful for the people who have actually reached out to us, and most of them are very positive. Yeah, so they give us like positive feedback and all that. So guys, it's a journey, and if you're not mentally strong, we are not talking about now the physical strength here. That's why we are on a shirt and not a t-shirt. We're talking about now mental strength. Now, when I met this lady, I chose to be with her, and actually something that we didn't tell you guys is, when you've all listened to our story, when now we started living together, that Saturday, if you guys have followed our story, the following day she got sick. So me was like this, taking her to hospital. This is now the second day of our marriage. So to me, you see, the issue of you having endometriosis was not something that was scaring me and all that. I had decided that we are going to walk this journey together, and yeah, it's a rough path. People have their own opinions, but my opinion is something will happen. Something good will happen, and yeah, so it's an experience. I think it's a journey that we have to walk together, and it's an expensive one because actually we didn't talk about the finances.
Yeah, it
and
was
all that.
expensive.
Yeah, because consultation, every time we go to the doctor for consultation, it was around 4,000 shillings.
Yeah.
Every time. And guys, you can imagine being told to go for checkup and constant medication like every week. Then apart from that, now came the surgery itself, which costed over 450,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all this was, guys, but we're happy. We're just happy. Yeah, we're just happy.
I'm shy.
Why are you shying off?
Okay, so guys, I told you the process and the pain that I was going through, and there is something I didn't tell you guys. Endo is not like the normal periods, the normal things, that the cramping that you experience. It's way so bad, like bad, completely bad. I think all those people who have endometriosis or have undergone cyst can tell you the experience of endo or cyst, because those things, I think they have the same kind of symptoms. Yeah, and I would like to, before I jump into the second part of the story, I would like to ask, how did you feel it? You remember there is this day that we were seated, and I felt some flow come out, and I jumped, and you saw my blood, like you saw the blood, and you looked so confused. What were you thinking?
To me, you see, the worst case scenario was what has just happened. Did you like have a rupture? But you see, one thing I remember was the procedure you went through was, it was a simple one. It's not like an actual cesarean section or an actual operation. Yeah. So the holes they drilled in your tummy, yes, it's drilling in the tummy. Then there's one that actually contained the camera. So bringing them back, as she was going through her operation on the main theater, I was put on a dry theater. Dry theater is whereby you have a very big screen. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
A very big screen. Remember, she has 2 holes here, and now the third hole was now for the camera. So, which was.
Wait,
Yes.
I had 3 holes.
Yes.
Because I remember I have one this side, the other one this side.
And down.
I have
on
another
your
one.
cord,
What
yes.
about my umbilical cord? What happened to it?
Now, that's where now the camera went through.
So the other 3?
The other two was where now you see the scissors, and they did a lot of things. And guys, if you have a strong heart, maybe I can, in a later date, I'll bring the whole video, because actually we have like the whole footage of her surgical operation. So it was where now the doctor was, those operating tools, one from this side, one from the other side, because now even them were using that screen to look at how your inside looks like, and where now they're trying to remove all that. So all that is happening, one lens was now bringing the image to me. So as I am seated on the dry theater, I can see everything. You see, like it's a whole screen, and the only thing I'm seeing is inside you. So not only do I know you physically, now I know how your intestines looks like, how your duodenum looks like.
Are you feeling pity on me?
I feel pity, but you see, I chose this journey. Yeah. So as you were going through surgical on the other side, actually you didn't, like, you are not conscious because you were put off.
Are you fearing or die?
No, I had
Do
a
you even
strong.
see a dead person?
Yes, and we all end up dying at one point or the other. Yeah. So I was like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
We're going to pull through this. Yeah. So what happened? I was looking at the inside you, so I could tell, because now the doctor had said, and actually we from the scan, you remember from the scan and all that,
Yeah.
we had seen the exact point the doctor was going to operate on. Yeah. So as he was inserting the knives, I could see how he's going. I think he's a very careful doctor, and you see, why I never like get scared to look at such images. I really also wanted to be a surgeon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I was younger, we could operate on frogs and all that. You know, the way you operate a frog, then you try to knit it, but using the usual needle and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't try that at home, guys. So me seated there on the dry theater, looking at you dead. Now they're busy cutting, and I'm like cutting. So in my mind, I'm like, why have you forgotten that? Why have you forgotten that? And he was very, okay, of course he wasn't forget. He had like a procedure whereby I'll start with this and finish with this. So he was and where he couldn't, like, there's some places I think he was using either gas or fire or something, so he could like cut everything into, yeah. So guys, it was a nice procedure, and the good thing after the whole procedure, because all that recording was put somewhere, they could, you are given a choice whether you want to have the video or not. And me being the me, I chose to have the video. Did you ever look at that video afterwards?
I think I saw the short clip that you had for me on your phone to show me, but the video itself, I've never taken courage to watch it. Yeah, because I think it would make me feel more emotional. So I don't think, maybe one day I'll try and watch it. So guys, so after my surgery, guys, I told you guys I went home, and now this is now where my life began. No, this is the new me, the life that as Pauline started. And I got home. I remember you helping me, guys. You know,
Getting you home
was a
took us
problem.
like an hour or no, almost 2 hours, because guys, she was not supposed even to have the slightest of a shake. Yeah, any slight shake, she could, feel the pain and all that. So you can imagine driving from Westlands to where we were staying. It's not a very long journey, but I kept on going at maximum speed of 10 kilometers per hour.
Wow, it was
Yes,
that
and
bad.
yes, and 10 kilometers per hour, I'm driving on the highway. Now you can imagine the hooting and all that. So of course you put your hazards and all that. But sometimes people could hoot from behind. But since I know why I'm driving at that speed, it wasn't so much bothering me. I was like, we'll get home, and I'll get you home safely. So now that was, you see, if what was coming in my mind was, on the highway, wherever the road is maybe uneven and you could feel a shake or two, you could, like, scream in pain. I was asking myself, how about now when we get to the rough road? What would happen? So actually now when you got to the rough road, now that's when now I became more slower. Driving very slowly until we got home. And when you got home, I tried like holding you in one arm, like going up the stairs, because we were on the third floor.
It was
Floor,
fourth floor.
fourth floor, yes. So taking her up the stairs was another journey, but patiently resting on every floor, which is actually what the best we could have done.
Was I back to my senses by then?
Yes, subconsciously, but you are still drowsy and all that. Going home, getting you into the house, the cloth she had could not like open. Do you remember?
What? By the what was I? I can't even remember what I'd
You
worn
are
that
you're
day.
having a long dress. Then, because you are feeling so much pain, you wanted that cloth to be removed and all that. It was not coming out.
Babe, these are the things you never told me.
But I thought
You
you
never
knew.
told
So,
me.
guys, what happened was, I took her to bed, made her lie down. So, there is no way of removing this clothes. So, the only way was to get a knife and to cut the cloth off, the whole cloth. By this time, she's still screaming. She's screaming. And I remember when I was actually holding the knife, you are screaming, I'm cutting the cloth, the kids appeared. And I remember our daughter looked at us like, and she ran off.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, what is going through her mind? She's like, she might be thinking, okay, what is daddy doing too?
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was that. And from then I cleaned you, changed you, then let you sleep.
Okay, guys. So, the minute I got home and I was lying down there, and you remember, guys, I was told not to eat food. I was told not to eat anything. So I was just taking fluids, that is water. And I remember the next day, very in the morning, and I told you I want to go and pee. once you wake up, or if you do anything, guys, never underestimate your body muscles. Any body muscle, may it be of your ear or your cheeks, your eyebrows, or whatever, never underestimate them. Because that day is when I came to run. If you need to wake up or stand up, you need to engage your tummy muscles.
Yes, the core muscles always have to get engaged.
And now, guys, I'm from the hospital. I can't even raise myself from that bed because I remember I was sleeping on the floor. I didn't want anything to do with the bed. So he would try lift me like a log. You remember?
Yeah, because you see, I have to come behind you.
Yeah.
You are lying on your back, very straight. So I like hook my hands under your armpits and try to lift you up. And you're standing up straight, like, guys, the exercise I did during that time. Because you see, this is more than 50 kilos you are lifting literally like this. Every time she feels like going to the toilet, I have to come behind. She's lying flat, so I have to lift her all the way up.
Yeah. And that morning I was so pressed. I wanted to go to the washroom, and I called him like, babe, I want to go to the washroom. I remember when he made me stand, something happened. If you can remember what happened, if you can remember, something bad happened and it forced me to scream so hard.
The blood.
Yes.
The blood came out
so
like water from a pricked balloon.
There was a place, so guys, as I was done for the laparoscopy, as he said, it was a bikini cut. So the bikini cut is one cut was here, down completely. The other one was under my umbilical cord, and the other one was slightly the other side, and one at my tummy. So guys, all these other woods, they had put a patch. They'd put this.
A few stitches.
A few stitches, and then they sprayed
now,
it.
Now, when they were stitching you, you see your skin comes in layers, as in the body. Guys, I think you guys know, like your tummy muscles, there is an inner layer, the middle layer now before you get to the outer. So the doctor was actually stitching you from the inner layer. They finish with the inner layer, they come now to the middle layer, they stitch you. And it was, those big needles.
Ew.
Felt like, yeah. So after now they finished the inner and the middle, now they came now to the outer layer and nicely tie you out. But it's, sometimes it gets very hard. That rope, is it a rope?
Is it a rope or a string?
Is it a
the
string?
Medics.
The medics
help us.
Tell us on the comment section, what do they use to stitch people? Because you see, after sometimes it gets so hard, it becomes like a needle on its own. So actually, even when you're putting on clothes and you rub on top of it, you feel so much pain. Yeah. So those were, you see now, you putting clothes was a scream. Removing clothes was a scream. Me cleaning you, because I was given like extra bandages and all that to keep on changing you. Every time I'm changing you is, like a traumatizing experience on its own.
Wow. So guys, there is one part of the wound I think it was not attended to, not because of negligence, but I think it was to remove,
to ooze out the excess blood.
So who is Pauline? Who doesn't know this? I was not there when he was being given instruction of how to keep me clean and everything. So he stood me up. I saw blood ooze. I screamed and I told him, you have to call my parents. I want to die in peace. You remember I told you, I want to die in peace. I still want to die in peace. I want to apologize to my mom if I've ever done anything bad, for them to forgive me. So he told me, calm down, you'll be okay. And I'm like, I don't want to listen. I don't want to hear. I want my parents here. I want to ask for forgiveness if I've sinned. I want to just die in peace. And who is he? He just called my mom. And you remember my brother all the way from Narok going back to Meru to pick them, and they came. 3 hours was enough for them to reach in Nairobi.
Actually, see, because we are in Nairobi,
yeah,
your brother is in Narok,
yeah,
your parents are in Meru. So the brother had to rush from Narok to Meru pick the parents, bring them to Nairobi.
He's my favorite brother.
So actually, in no record time, they were there. And I'm okay. I would want to hear from them what was going through their mind as they are coming.
You remember, like, I was crying and I told them I'm dying. You know, I'm dying. I'm dying. You need to come and see me before I die, before I close my eyes.
So number one, we had not informed them earlier
Yeah.
that actually you are going for an operation.
Yes.
We informed them that very day you are going for the surgical operation.
And in fact, it's is it Auntie or Wifi? She told us we're doing wrong. We should involve them in whatever we do, and not that's when you picked up the phone and told them, Sonny right now she's on the surgery table.
I think I hadn't like realized it could get that dangerous. So I was like, it's just a surgical operation, and I'm like, let me handle this. You know the way sometimes you feel like a macho.
Because you were told it will be just a short period of time,
short
2
period
hours.
of time, 2 hours, and she's done. So I was like, but you see, what I kept on thinking, you are told it's only 2 hours, the surgical operation, but this is an operation you're paying over 450,000. I'm like, okay. So after now, my cousin, actually it's my first cousin, more like a sister.
Oh.
Yeah. So when she said, this is wrong, you need to inform your parents. So that's when now actually I gathered courage to inform the parents that actually we are going through this operation, and this and that hospital, this particular doctor. So like the way you give them a brief like background of the doctor who is doing the surgical, because Dr. Yamal is one of the best. This is not a paid promotion, but honestly that guy knows what he's doing. Yeah. So only that your operation took quite longer than expected.
Yeah, it took almost 7 hours. Yeah.
7 hours, me waiting, me looking at the screen. You look.
You're admiring me.
I don't know why I wasn't that scared, but you see, what the doctor was doing inside you was how, the way you go to the butchery and you tell them that you don't want a fatty meat, to remove the fat and now to cut the steak out of the, So that's what the doctor was doing. And so it's a journey.
Yeah.
We are still going through this journey. And I think from the cases I've heard, from the history of other people who have gone through what you've gone through, yes, we have theories and we have myths and we have all that. Sometimes you tend not to listen to what people may say, because everybody will come up with their own theories. So sometimes it's good you just let God take on control. Yeah. Because remember, actually, before she went through her surgical operation, the doctor was very friendly, and most of the time we kept on chatting and talking. So I remember Dr. Yamal had a conversation with us, and he was saying some things are beyond medicine. Some things, even for them as doctors, it's beyond them to fathom and to know actually what normally happened. And Dr. Yamal was giving us an example of a couple who had gone for the operation first. Then they decided, since it wasn't working, they went for IVF.
Yeah.
Yeah. They went for IVF. IVF, guys, is very expensive. It's around more than 400,000 Kenya shillings locally. That is around $4,000. It's around $4,000 here. So they went through one IVF procedure. They went through the second, because the first one didn't work. So they went through the second IVF procedure. Then they went through the third IVF procedure, and the fourth one. They did actually 4. Because the third and 4 actually they did outside the country. Maybe for better,
Yeah.
So these guys, I think even they gave up.
Yeah, they gave up.
Because according to Dr. Yamal, they gave up. And in fact, it's the doctor who told them, now, you guys relax. Just relax and wait. Yeah. So they were given 3 months period to just wait.
Yeah.
Do you know what? During those 3 months, Waiting period, they got, okay, the lady got pregnant. This is naturally twins. You can imagine having gone through all those procedures, having spent all that money, then they just conceived naturally in their waiting period. So some things are beyond human knowledge. Yeah, and some things you can't even like question God. Why does this happen the way it does? Yeah, so some things are beyond our own explanation.
Yeah. So guys, after we all went that procedure, it came to a point now we have to take medications, checkups every time now and then. And I remember there was a jab I was being given on my umbilical cord. There is a medication I had to take, and it was only done on my umbilical cord. It used to give me flashes like a menopause person. So I underwent that period because I had to take that jab for 3 months, consecutively 3 months. And one jab was costing, it was not around, it was 12,000 shillings, because I remember very well we used to pay 12,000 for that jab. And don't forget, we were also given other medications which were so much expensive. I remember there's a bottle of syrup we were told to buy. One was costing 700, and I was told to take for a whole month. And it was becoming expensive because I had like 4 types of drugs I had to take, including the jab. So we were almost spending 50,000 in a month for medication. And some drugs even were not even locally available, because you'd go to the chemist and you wouldn't get. So unless you go to those high-end profile chemists, or that's when you could get the medicine. So guys, we kept on doing the medication. It was becoming challenging because we had all drained our
Funds.
funds. By that time, I was at work, but I wasn't getting well paid that much. And for him not being at work for almost a month to take care of me, it was becoming a challenge. So even with family support, but still things were getting hard for us. So a time just came, like I couldn't walk. Guys, like I couldn't walk at all. I don't know if I was a weakling or something, but it came a time I told him, you know what, we have to stop this medication. Reason being, not that I didn't value it, but I felt it was getting too much, because you know all these medicines, they're hormones in your body. You're putting hormones in your body. So I was scared, if I get pregnant, I'm not going to get a single fetus, but I'm going to get multiples. And so many people told me, Pauline, the way you're doing the medication thing, it's good, but now you know all those hormones you're putting in your body, you're going even to get 6. You remember?
You get 6 kids,
Yeah, 6
and
kids,
you already have
4.
So I was like, maybe the next time you'll see us on live television, asking the government for support.
Yeah, for support, because I would even feel bad in my heart, like people are willing to help us on this journey, but at the end of it, I would feel it's more, for me, it's so draining, because one, it makes me feel as if I'm barren, of which I'm not barren, you know. But the feeling that people are pushing me, you know, you need to get pregnant, you need to use this drug, you'll get pregnant, it drained me. Because remember, sometimes I used to tell you, even I can't focus, I can't think, because once I sit down and my mind start wandering out, I get so emotional.
And every time you come home crying, because you see, it's also a delicate balance on my part, because guys, she comes home, every time she gets her like menses, she has to cry. She feels really down and emotionally very drained. So I cannot tell her that it's okay, babe, you'll be fine. I'm not giving you pressure. I'm not. But you see, one thing kept on coming into my mind. She will say I'm telling her I'm not giving her pressure because I have kids of my own. Yeah. So it was a delicate balance. Me telling you, no, it's okay, babe. Kids will come in God's appointed time. And you see, you could think I'm not giving you pressure because already I have kids, which was not the case. See,
Yeah, because so many people told me that, you know, Pauline, you're not getting pregnant. He's not even pushing you to have a baby because he's already having kids. So it's up to you as a woman to think. And I remember I have so many friends, some that even we don't talk currently, they are pushing me and telling me, you know, you can't get pregnant for your husband is going to leave you, you know, you can't get pregnant, you know, all this backlash. Because I remember even there is a lady we were chatting on Facebook with, and she told me, you need to get pregnant, your husband is going to leave you, how can't you get
I
pregnant?
don't know why people get that perception.
I don't know,
'Cause
because most of the people do tell me your husband is going to leave you soon, he has kids and you don't have a kid with him, so he will leave you. Yeah.
You're going to wait. I think you'll wait for a very, very, very long time for me to leave her just because she can't give me kids now. I know, and I'm so certain, in God's time, you never know. Will come up. It will be a nice story. This has a happy ending, guys. I know that.
Yeah, and I remember there is a time, once we're invited for parties, I didn't want to go, because parties where kids are, to me, I'm happy for them. Not that I'm feeling bad for people having kids or anything, but to me, it was like a stab. You know, I see people with kids holding kids, and I'm like, okay, I'm not holding a kid, so it made me feel bad. But now, guys, I'm back to my journey, and if you feel that you have anything to tell us or to advise us on what to do, on what not to do, if you know of a person who is like, who has handled, or you know of a doctor who has handled endometriosis, guys, you can share it with us.
Come on the comment section.
Yes.
Let us know your journey. Yeah, we are in this together. Actually, that's the best support you can actually give us.
Yeah. So, guys, until the next time.